I've always said that at the end of the day, Bitcoin needs to be above 52,000 until we can get bullish again. And it needs to go up with some sort of conviction. We need to know that it's going to hold those levels at a pretty relative rate. Well, let's take a look at the chart. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is currently trading at 55,230. Are we in the right mindset, in the right bullish time frame to get back to all-time highs and then potentially higher? I think, and maybe this is a bit of a grandiose prediction, but I do think that we will get above that $65,000 Bitcoin this month in October. I truly believe that that's coming. We've talked about it so much on the channel. There is a supply shortage. Everything is looking bullish, but the chart is bearish. Now you can see right now we have all that pressure being released from Bitcoin. Now finally we have the bulls back in charge. Now, what's also interesting about this whole thing is you don't see a dramatic spike in the volume. So this tells me that the price is going up without a lot of pressure. So right now it is looking very, very, very bullish, considering that we are above that $52,000 for Bitcoin. We're above some critical indicators now. And at this point, we only have all-time highs and the price discovery left to basically regain what we lost. And this has been going since about May, April. We've been kind of on this trading sideways downward spiral. Well, now finally we're on the upswing. And Bitcoin inflows are showing that institutional investors are back on the bull train. And this comes with Bitcoin's markup of 76% of weekly inflows coming in. This report was published by CoinShare. They also mentioned that there's a huge growth in decentralized finance applications such as Ethereum and Solana. We have talked about Solana and Ethereum both on the channel. I obviously think that these smart contract blockchains are going to dominate with other smart contract blockchains like Polkadot, like Cardano. But we do see this inflow, this massive inflow from institutional investors. Now, interestingly enough, we do need to be aware of this, but the fear and greed index has switched from last week being extreme fear, that late September kind of, we've been through the ringer. Now all of a sudden we're in green, we're in greed. We're definitely a lot more happy, a lot calmer right now because Bitcoin is going up. And at what point do we take profits? Well, that's a good question. I am going to come out with a profit video this week because I know everything's going to get crazy. Hopefully I'm right in saying the bull market's back on. And if that is right, I'll definitely be getting a profit video out this week so you guys know the best way to take profits. Hint, it's dollar cost average, just like it is to buy. For anyone interested in the report, they have all the breakdowns here in CoinShare's Medium article. So they show all the institutional investors and where the asset flows are going. Now, other giant investment entities are interested in Bitcoin. George Soros is selling stocks and buying cryptocurrency. Obviously, George Soros can be a contentious person depending on where you are. But at the end of the day, this channel focuses on primarily finding good investments and making money and bettering our financial future. So yeah, I'm going to follow someone that has clearly done that. Now, Soros himself has said that the Chinese government is acting irrational with a lot of the bans that they're instituting, and investors cannot feel safe while investing in that country's economy. Now, there are ripple effects in other economies, and we've seen that with Evergrande kind of FUD that's been going around with the real estate market that could potentially shake up North American markets as well. And I think the Dow and everything else is on a bit of a slide today. So stocks down, crypto's up. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Bank of America is also bullish on digital assets. I mean, this is old news at this point. BMA, Visa, MasterCard, all these giant financial entities are now warming up and cozying up to cryptocurrencies because it makes the most sense. They know that there's no way to appropriately kill cryptocurrency, so they must adapt. In the life of business, you adapt or you die, and that's basically what BMA is having to go through. They're also mentioning that they're going above and beyond Bitcoin. Their report citing CBDCs, stablecoins, and they're looking at how cryptocurrency and tokenized assets really change. What's the bond market going to look like? What are all these other markets going to look like? And they did mention CBDCs. When, not if. I actually made this mention in this weird fringe meeting that I had with a bunch of people at my work. It's for some reason, we brought up Bitcoin. I most likely brought up Bitcoin. And I basically said to everyone, within the next 5 to 10 years, you will be trading the Canadian dollar. You'll be sending the Canadian dollar, but in a digital format, not how the bank has digital money right now. Totally on the blockchain as a CBDC. I truly believe that that's going to happen for most North American countries and most westernized countries as well, and maybe even other countries that are trying to develop their financial infrastructure. I can fully see that. Definitely I can see countries like Singapore getting on board before a lot of other countries, etc., right? The list goes on for countries that want to adopt blockchain rather than shove it away. Now, of course, I'm not saying China is shoving away blockchain because they have their own internal blockchain. They just don't like the decentralized part. They want to maintain control. So again, Bitcoin is at this critical level, 55,000, above that 52,000 that we had to grind to get up, right? We had to go through all this downtrend, right? This huge kind of valley that we had to go through. And finally, we're back at this point. We haven't been at this level since May 12th, before we kind of plunged right through. And these are how most of these moves work. We either push through some resistance or plunge through some support. Right now, we're pushing through the resistance, got above 52,000, and we're not that far. We're approximately $10,000 away from being in price discovery for Bitcoin. And I actually believe that that's most likely going to happen this month in October. Now, I'm not saying we're peaking or anything, but I am thinking that right now, Bitcoin's been so suppressed for so long that it is looking to bounce back up. Now, oddly enough, we don't see a lot of movement in the crypto market in terms of other coins. We only have $2.3 trillion in the total market cap. And I think just a couple of videos ago, we talked about how it was at 2.18. So really not that much. Couple billion, yes, but not that much in the grand scheme of things. But we do have Cardano sitting at $2.22, not really doing anything, just trading sideways. It's interesting how that works. Ethereum is moving, but not to a grand rate, not as much as Bitcoin has moved, clearly. XRP is still kind of just trading level, right? But we talked about XRP. We need that case to be solved before anything happens there. But we do have a lot of movement in the crypto market, but not a lot for altcoins. Now, what does that mean? Now, I will state this. Every time Bitcoin goes up, it's a lag before the other cryptocurrencies kind of pick up, because so much money is flooding into Bitcoin. People are trading into Bitcoin. People are FOMOing into Bitcoin. When Bitcoin relaxes, and after we're done with this incredible girthy pump here, as soon as this is done blowing our minds, then we are going to get altcoin pumps, and they're going to be much higher in percentage than this Bitcoin pump. So get ready, because Cardano is going up to that $4 Cardano that we talked about. It's not that far away to hit that $4 mark, potentially $4.50. And Ethereum will definitely get above its all-time highs of around $4,500 and get up to some crazy numbers into maybe the $5,000 to $6,000 range. We could even see a $10,000 Ethereum. However, I'm not really saying that that's going to happen in October, probably more like by end of year. And I do think in terms of Bitcoin, we'll roughly see maybe a $75,000 Bitcoin by the end of year. Now, again, right now, everything's looking very, very bullish. We're on the extreme greed kind of end of the fear and greed index. So just keep in mind that we are in greed, not extreme greed, but we are in greed a week after being in an extreme fear, some of the lowest fear that we've ever felt. And now, obviously, Bitcoin is on this tear, getting back up to its all-time highs and regaining some strength in the market. Now, I just want to state some indicators that have shown to be correct numerous times that we've been talking about it on the channel. One big one being the 50-week moving average. Obviously, when we're at the 50-week or below the 50-week, it's going to be a good opportunity to buy for both short-term and long-term, because most likely we will get above the 50-week in short order within a month. And obviously, we did that within a weekly candle. Now we've kicked off some of the bullish weeks that we've had in a very, very long time. And I think this is really showing a glimmer of hope for the people that just got into cryptocurrency. So congratulations to the new guys, and for us veteran holders, I mean, it's just another cut. That's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to the channel for more crypto news and content. And of course, happy hodling.